Hello everyone, Jerk Doctor here. As of today, I have been going to the gym for 4 weeks. In this video, I want to cover what I've learned from my experiences at the gym, as well as the tactics I've been using to get myself going every day. Hopefully, my experiences can help you learn how to motivate yourself to achieve the changes in your life that you want to achieve, especially ones that require a lot of effort, such as going to the gym. So my journey began, like I said, about a month ago. A couple months ago, I was in a pretty bad space mentally. I was stressed out from school. I had recently changed to jobs. I didn't have much in the way of social connections, and I was generally worried and pessimistic about my future. One night, however, as I was doing my normal routine of just wasting my days away watching YouTube, something just snapped in my brain. I'm not sure what it was, but I just realized I could not keep living the way I was living, and that I had to make a change. One of the big things I realized is that I was really unhealthy. I didn't do much physical activity. I spent lots of time sitting around at computers all day. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't thinking well. And basically, I had not been taking care of myself. I would never have imagined this just 3 months ago, but that night I made a choice and signed up for my nearest gym. I will be honest, going in, I was terrified. This was a completely new experience for me, and I already had a pretty tough time with social situations. So this completely unfamiliar environment and me going into it with basically no gym experience, very little people experience, I was terrified of what might happen. However, I was determined to make a change in my life for the better, so I did it anyway. And luckily, all of my worst fears turned out not to be true at all. It was chill there, people were nice to me, and I was not relentlessly mocked for how little I could run or how small of weights I could lift. So things went pretty well. I was able to go in, get a quick workout, and then head out feeling a little bit better about myself for having achieved this one first day. And then from there, 1 day became 2, which then became 3, which then became a week, which then became 2 weeks. And now here I am talking about having gone to the gym for 4 weeks, which I would consider pretty decent. Even in that short amount of time, however, it has been staggering how many changes I've felt over these 4 weeks. Of course, there are obviously the physical benefits to working out and exercising, such as being healthier, getting more stamina, losing weight, looking better, of course, stuff like that. But the biggest thing I felt is more on the mental side. I thought I was mentally all right before. I thought I was smart, I was getting good grades academically, and for the most part of my life, I haven't struggled with understanding concepts and learning. But I did not realize how wrong I was, and how much of my physical unhealthiness was holding back my mind and my emotional state. It makes sense, of course, because at its core, the brain is a biological thing. So, of course, the healthiness of your body would affect your mental acuity, but it isn't something that I really thought about. However, now that I have been exercising more and I have been working out, I just feel so much better and my mind just feels so much clearer. And I know that as I continue to get healthier, it will just get better from here. Of course, you all probably already know this. Everyone talks day and night about the benefits of going to the gym and getting exercise. The real question, of course, is how to get yourself to do it and how to get yourself to do it consistently. One of the first things that has helped me out is understanding motivation, how it works, and how sporadic it is. While motivation is the thing that first got me to sign up for a gym and start going, I realized quickly that motivation is sporadic, temperamental, and that if I wanted to go to the gym consistently, I had to rely on something else. Luckily, I heard this really great advice that I've really started thinking about, is that there is a difference between motivation and discipline. Motivation is something you'll only have a small fraction of the time. So if you're relying on motivation to do something, you're only going to be able to do it a small amount of the time. If you focus on building discipline instead, you're much more likely to achieve what you're trying to do, and you're much more likely to stick with it. And that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to do little mental exercises that build my discipline, which then help me to tackle these bigger goals that I'm going for. And discipline is something that luckily can be learned. If you aren't currently a disciplined individual, you can learn how to become one. Another thing I've been doing to improve my ability to do things, especially difficult things, is to keep a to-do list. I talked about this in a previous video, but the basic idea is that instead of having to decide in the moment to go to the gym rather than do something else, you instead create a to-do list so you offload the decision making to a previous version of yourself. It's a small thing, but writing it down really helps drive me forward, and I suspect it can probably help you guys out as well. The third thing that has helped for me is visualization. If you've ever seen a Mel Robbins video, you probably know what I'm talking about. But basically, visualization is constantly thinking about how good it will be if you succeed. You think about how you will look, how you will feel. You think about the situations, how much better your life will be. And it is also effective to think about how bad it will be if you don't succeed, if you give up, if you quit, if you keep going the way you've been going, and how bad things could get. And it's really helped for me to think about that endpoint of looking good, of feeling better, of being more mentally clear and more confident in myself. And that thought has helped me to keep going, even when it's really hard to keep going and when I really want to quit. I think constantly visualizing that success point is key to keeping yourself going. My fourth and final piece of advice is to listen to people who have made that journey and are making that journey. Because seeing that someone else can do it is so powerful for driving yourself forward and realizing that you can do this as well. I've been listening to lots of motivational speakers and people who have made that same journey, who started from almost nothing and have managed to improve themselves. There are tons of stories out there, however, of people who were in a bad spot physically, but realized they could make a change and went and did it. And once you see that it is possible, it is so much easier to make those changes and push yourself forward even when you want to quit. Anyway, I hope that these tips and advice can help you out in your own journeys, that these can help propel you forward towards going to the gym or whatever other goals you have in mind. Remember that it is up to you, but you can do it. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great rest of your day.